Real talk, the metaphor messiah, man. I got this one. Let's go. You ever seen the morning star? Mr. Metaphor Messiah, back to show you who we are. I represent a legacy, a pothead like the 70s, a different kind of mind. They say we only speak in melodies. Legend in the game, I think I found a solution. Got a crazy kind of flow, I need a verbal institution.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Dead on Dave coming at you live from Germany. And holy God, do we have so much to talk about. We're going to cover so much stuff tonight. This is going to be one of the most action-packed Dead on Dave lives we have ever done. There's just so much going on, including the release of Catch 33. It's out. You guys can shut the fuck up. Finally, it's out on SoundCloud, and the YouTube version, with trust me, will be worth the wait, will be up in a day or so. So all of that's happening. That's fantastic. We've got Circus news, which you might not think is a big deal, but I'm going to tell you why. Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey Circus closing down in May is huge news. It's unbelievably sad. We're going to talk about that. We're going to get into some wrestling because we got two big stories in wrestling to talk about. One being the UK tournament. The very first ever WWE United Kingdom champion was crowned tonight. And then, of course, we have our lead story, which we're about to talk about in just a moment. But like I said, Catch 33 is out. We're going to talk more about that as well. We're going to take your live questions, calls, comments, concerns, hopes, dreams, quips, quotes, loves, joys, psychotic fucking hatreds, whatever you got. We're going to take them live right here on Skype. David Vancura, DavidVancura, and of course the number 702-751-2902. We'll also possibly be going to Discord. The Discord link is in the description box. It's also on my Twitter. You can get into my Discord, and we might be taking questions there as well. Big shout out to everybody who's here. We got Saul Romick is here. My name's Chef. Carl Gibney, Pip Scotland, Chad Ledoux, Tambo Computing, Pittsburgh Boys up in here, even though he sucks. The Daniel WMS, Pip Scotland. Gerald Herbert, C-Man is here. So is Grand Slam Entertainment. Of course, that's Jeff the Huff Huffman. Real Talk Metaphor Messiah is somewhere around. Of course, he does all of the music at the very beginning of the show. If you liked Morning Light by Real Talk Metaphor Messiah, go check him out as well. Unfortunately, we do have to start on a little bit of a downer. We got a little bit of a sad story to start with. Unfortunately, legendary wrestler Jimmy Superfly Snuka has passed away at the age of 73. Regardless of how you might feel about Jimmy Snuka from a moral standpoint, because of the very ambiguous nature of, is he a murderer? Is he not a murderer? For those of you who don't know, he was accused back in the 80s of being responsible for the death of his then girlfriend. He was just recently put back on trial for it, and based off of his ineligibility to be able to stand trial and his physical condition, the judge threw the case out completely. And obviously that was a little bit prudent considering he is now gone. It's unfortunate and it's sad. The person that I'm going to be talking about is not that man. The Jimmy Superfly Snuka that we are going to be remembering today, that we are going to be talking about, the one that we are going to be celebrating, is the man who ruled the 1980s. I mean, you could talk about Hulk Hogan all you want, but the reality is Jimmy Superfly Snuka, depending on where they were at certain times in the country, the biggest man on the planet. Biggest man on the planet. The things that he was able to do, the things that he was able to make you believe he could do was absolutely amazing. He's just quite literally one of the greatest wrestlers in the history of the game. Not from a technical prowess or anything like that, but from an ability to make you suspend any preconceptions that you had about a man that size. One of the original daredevils in a lot of ways, was able to bring so much amazing storytelling in with his demeanor, his ethnicity, everything. It just worked to it. We're talking about a guy who traveled Japan. He was everywhere, man. East Coast Pro Wrestling. He was a heavyweight champion there. Eastern Championship Wrestling, Mid-Atlantic. He went up and down everywhere. NWA, New England Pro, Pacific Wrestling, Pacific Northwest Wrestling. I mean, just everywhere. Everyone had him. Everyone wanted a piece of him. And for a very long time, he was the WWE's crowning jewel. This is the man who ruled Madison Square Garden for a very, very long time. And it's unbelievably sad that he is gone. There's really not a whole hell of a lot to say other than that. I mean, just if you know about him, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you don't know about him, then you need to go look him up. If you're a wrestling fan at all, what he did was, it's just nothing short of remarkable. And it's a shame that he's gone. However, you know, for a wrestler, living to 73 is not a common occurrence anymore. So it's pretty remarkable that he lived as long as he did. And, you know, I hope he rests in peace now. And, you know, I'm sure a lot of people are going to debate about his legacy as far as from a legal standpoint, and that's completely fine, but it's certainly not for today. Let me go ahead and tweet this out. Come get me, bitches, live now. Go ahead and make sure you're telling everybody on Twitter that you're watching the Copious Fat Man do his thing live for all of you guys. And everybody knows. Nobody does their thing like I do my thing, all right? So we got that, and I want to go to something else as well because I don't want to be too depressed. And you know, with all the wrestling stuff, I have shows where I do concentrate solely on wrestling, and I do want to keep that in that manner. So I'm not going to get too far into all the wrestling stuff. There is another thing I want to talk about on a much happier note. The first ever WWE UK Championship Tournament is concluded. Over the last 2 days, it was shown live on the WWE Network, and it is quite literally some of the best wrestling I have seen, especially out of WWE, in a very, very long time. And that includes things that I've seen in NXT and the CWC. This is my favorite tournament that the WWE has put on in 15 years. It was so enjoyable. It was absolutely amazing. These guys who you may not be familiar with, I wasn't familiar with all of them. They entertained me in such an amazing fashion. And Tyler Bate is the first ever WWE UK champion. And what an incredible job he did to get there. And as happy as I am with Tyler Bate and what he did, he was fantastic. It was a great run, great win, great tournament. Pete Dunne is the name that you're going to be remembering. Pete Dunne is a fucking superstar. All right. I'm telling you, this guy, yes, he's only 5'10". A lot of people compare him to Daniel Bryan, but he's thick. He's not going to have injury problems. He's a thick guy and he's rugged. He's a bulldog. He's fantastic. This guy made a name for himself and was absolutely great. So I'm very, very happy about this entire tournament. I thought it was fantastic. C-Man says the tournament worth watching. Yes. Slap yourself. Absolutely worth watching in its entirety. In its entirety. I mean, Michael Cole and Nigel McGuinness were fantastic on commentary. It really was fantastic. It was so much of just amazing stuff. The storytelling, the wrestling, but the crowd was just on fire. We saw a lot of people make names for themselves. And I think that these are people that we're going to see not only in the proposed WWE UK-based television program that might or may not be airing. I haven't heard anything new on that, but they are trying to get a weekly program made right there in the UK where that champion would be the ruler of, I would assume. But it was more than that. You know, if they're going to bring some of these guys over to NXT or into WWE proper, they certainly can do that because these guys are ready. They're hungry. They're amazing, amazing wrestlers. And on top of it all, we got friggin' Adrian Neville showing back up in full heel mode, and out came Tommy End to fight him, and it was unreal. It was so much fun to watch. Incredibly enjoyable. So I highly recommend you guys going to check that out as well. A very, very, very enjoyable match and entire tournament. It was great. It really was. The other big thing I want to talk about before we turn it over to you guys and kind of hear what you have to say. I know people are going to want to talk about Catch 33. I know that, and we're getting a lot of really good feedback off of it. I'm very happy about that. There is one other thing I want to talk about because it is not just a story about an American thing, very, very American, but it also translates to wrestling in a lot of ways. You see, for those of you who don't know, professional wrestling got its birth within the circus. It's where it got its start. Circus and carnivals. That is where wrestling got its start. Very, very long time ago. And the circus has been ingrained into American culture for hundreds of years. Hundreds of years. I mean, the circuses and carnivals travel the country. It's what they do. They ride the rails. One of the last great enterprises that rides the rails. It's amazing. And the unquestioned leader is Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus. Has been doing what it's done for 146 years. That's before cars, movies, planes, internet, phones. I mean, it's incredible. It's incredible. And it's coming to an end in May. It's ending completely. One of the only forms of travel that simply does not seem to come down in price is railroad costs. It's a huge reason. I mean, carnivals, especially the circus, I should say, especially being the size of Barnum and Bailey, is unbelievably expensive because it has to be moved by train. So it's pretty remarkable that it was able to go as long as it has, especially with decreasing numbers, decreasing interest, and just everything else that's available. People just simply don't go to circuses anymore. And we have this clown phobic society as well on top of everything else. People have just gotten tired of it. And that leaves only one carnival-like enterprise still operating. Only one. That's professional wrestling. Professional wrestling is the last carnival. It's a traveling carnival that goes from town to town and gives you extraordinary feats of fancy, completely scripted, completely fake, completely designed to make you believe something that you didn't know you can believe in. Very much like the circus. It's everything about it, the same business model, the same type of planning, everything. It just has a hell of a lot less equipment. So it does need to ride the rails like the circus. It's kind of sad. I went to the circus. I grew up in Chicago, Illinois. If you don't know, Chicago is a hub for circuses. It's huge. I grew up watching a clown, Bozo the Clown. You know, I'm very much ingrained into the circus and carnival lifestyle in a lot of ways, and I love them. I go to fests here, which are very similar in some ways. Like, you at least get the same type of feeling. It's an incredible thing, and to see that something that has been going on for almost 150 years. I mean, people know the name P.T. Barnum. I mean, worldwide, it's a name that people know. Circus is a thing that people understand and know and gravitate towards. They just don't do it in the same numbers anymore. Circus uses to travel stadiums and just fill them out and bring tens of thousands of people in. They're not doing it anymore. And crowds are different now. There's just too many different forms of entertainment. And the same type of acts that we've seen in the circus for 150 years simply don't wow and entertain the way it used to. The reason why wrestling is still going the way that it does is simply because it has this inherent form of violence about it that the circus doesn't have. Yes, it has danger, but different type of danger. Violence, gladiatorial combat, is even scripted versions are always going to hold people's attention in a different way. And to see wrestling continue on in that vein, it's actually kind of wonderful in some ways, because I don't see it ending. Even if WWE were to go under someday, wrestling will continue. Wrestling will continue. Independent promotions continue on. And just like smaller circuses will continue to travel. But to have that big entity is a different thing altogether. And losing Ringling Brothers is just sad. Glitch Pro donated $1. What about Cirque du Soleil? A little different. It's not big. Look, yes, that is a circus, but it's not known in the same. It's more artsy, and people don't really put it in the same. At least I never did. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's a different type of entity altogether. Regardless, just the last bastion of true circus folk is Ringling Brothers. That's the major one, and it's gone, and it's sad. So, whether you're a fan or not, whether you love all that type of things, people like Jimmy Snuka had a huge impact in the wrestling world. P.T. Barnum, Ringling Brothers, huge impact on American culture. This new form of entertainment, the one last bastion of traveling circus life, being the WWE in a lot of ways, wrestling in itself, having an amazing tournament this weekend. All of it just kind of feels like a melting pot of beauty. I kind of really enjoy it. It's just a wonderful thing altogether. So, a lot of sad news with Snuka, a lot of great news with the WWE UK tournament, and then we sandwich it with more bad news with the circus coming to an end. It's absolutely sad. It's almost tragic, man. It's almost tragic. Lots of people have been to chat, including my good friend and partner, Andre Corbeil. That's right, I joined the Andre Corbeil Show, folks. We've done 3 episodes together. They're up on Vince Russo's The Brand website and Vince Russo right here on the YouTubes. Make sure you check it out. And Andre Corbeil's channel. If you're a wrestling fan and you're not watching Andre Corbeil like every day of your life, I don't know if there's a slap hard enough to get you to where you need to be focused, because Andre Corbeil is, quite frankly, in my opinion, the best on YouTube in wrestling right now. Nobody gives it to you quite like Andre does. Nobody is as genuine and as passionate about wrestling as that man. Go support Andre Corbeil. He's absolutely amazing. If you don't, I'm going to punch you right in your suck hole. Okay? Also, speaking of support, hit that goddamn like button, folks. We need more likes. We need them. It's good stuff. Alcoholic cunt. Dave, can you hold off taking calls? I'm still trying to finish Catch 33 that came out. No. No, I'm going to take calls. I don't know why that affects you in any way. For those of you who don't know, Catch 33 is out, and it is all for your public consumption. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's on SoundCloud. Just go check that out. How you doing, wife? Copious wife hanging out. How you doing?
Okay.
All right, just thought I'd say hi. We are taking your calls and questions live on Skype. David Vancura, DAVID-VANCURA, and of course, that number 702-751-2902. Okie dokie. Showomoki, Soramiki. God damn. So Ramaki, smash that like button. It's harder, not just hit it. Okay, look. I don't care how you push the like button. If you want to, like, if no one's around and you just kind of want to turn off the light and give it a little tickle-lickle, I'm okay with that. Make a little sound. What?
Tickle?
Tickle-lickle. You want a tickle-lickle?
No.
I'll give you a tickle-lickle.
Punch in your nose.
Why do you want to punch me in your nose? I just offered to fillet you, to give you the oral sex. Most women would be appreciative. No, I'm very, I don't care. Your stomach is moving at the sound or thought of my tongue around your vagina.
You made me angry.
I didn't make you angry. I offered you sex. You need a psychiatrist. Tickle-lickle. That's a great fucking term. Hashtag tickle-lickle. You guys are fucked up if you don't believe in a tickle-lickle. All right. Let's get to your calls. If people have calls, let's go ahead and get to them. Call in on Skype. This show is yours now, and I appreciate you guys calling in. Let's go over to Discord and see if people are waiting to call in there, because I love the Discord. I might switch to Discord fully. I love Discord. I'm a fan. There are a couple people over there. Let's go do that since no one's calling in on the Skypes right now. I said that. I said, let's go do that. What are you talking about? Relax, woman. You look at me crazy. Look at me crazy. All right, let's go ahead and bring somebody in. Let's bring in Soul T-Rex. Soul T-Rex, you're live with Dead on Dave on Discord. Your microphone's still muted. Jesus Christ. Unbelievable. Oh, maybe he's here now. Soul T-Rex, you're live with Dead on Dave. What you got? Soul T-Rex.
Okay.
About to throw your ass over the top rope, Soul. You're
I'm
gone.
sorry if you guys hear the random beeping every 10 seconds.
Oh, well, I'm not beeping at you. I don't know. Are you going to be able to talk or no? Okay, bye-bye. Fuck me in the beard. Unbelievable. That's not going to work for me. Let's bring in Xanta. Xanta, the good man. How you doing, my friend? You're live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm fantastic. I mean, overall, Catch 33 is out for the masses. Just watched this amazing UK tournament. I'm happy. I'm happy as a fat guy with Jake on his shoulder.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
You actually got me back into wrestling.
Oh, well, you're welcome.
Years and you got me back into it.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and I watched the the tournament as well. It was fantastic.
It was. It was a fantastic tournament. So what do you got for me, man?
Not much. Just really wanted to come in and say hi.
Well, Jesus Christ, I appreciate that so much, but this is a show. It's a form of entertainment. Now, granted, it's mild entertainment, but it is a form of entertainment. This isn't just, hey, how you doing? I need stuff.
Okay.
Next time, here's homework, Kyle. All right, here's homework, buddy. I've got some stuff for you. I want you to find something amazing next time you call, okay? Sound good?
Okay.
All right. Thanks, buddy. Yeah. Appreciate it. Over top rope you go. Let's bring in the man that you'll never be able to understand, but he's so damn charming that you won't mind anyway. The one and only Will Dillon. You're live with Dead on Dave. What you got? Oh, Christ. Come on, Will. Don't fail me.
I'm ready.
There, Jesus. Come on, Willie.
First off, big congratulations on Catch 33. That was brilliant.
Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
That was really good. It was very unique compared to Baited. I see what you were talking about when it was nothing like it. To hear how you, Clown, and Tommy bounced off each other was really good to listen to.
It's just a different show. You know, it's a completely different thing. It's so different. Yeah. I love our chemistry together. It was a little bit more serious than probably other episodes will be, but it was a serious topic. It really was the final goodbye to Baited, and I think we did well. So I'm very happy with it.
Yeah, that was that. There was a couple of things I really enjoyed. Like I said, the way you bounced off. It was good to see proper Tommy again back on like a podcast. Like it's obviously similar to the Baited style, but it was great to see him back on that, and obviously Clown. And like I said, it was worth the wait, dude. It was really worth the wait.
I'm glad you enjoyed it, man. I really am. What else you got for me, buddy?
Just on the UK WWE tournament, I loved it. It was so much better than World of Sport, and I was happy with it, dude. I was well over the moon with the tournament.
It was so good. Oh, God, it was such a great tournament. The whole thing. Neville stole the show for me in a lot of ways, too. He was fantastic to see him. Tommy fucking End. Holy shit, that was amazing. It was just great. And Michael Cole didn't fuck it up. He and Nigel McGuinness were incredible together. I mean, like, this is the best version of Michael Cole I think I've ever heard. He was
yeah, no, definitely. Michael Cole was brilliant. Nigel McGuinness is always legendary.
Yes.
And it was great, obviously, for myself to see Wolfgang in the tournament. It was good to see him there. It was absolutely amazing, Dave. There was not a lot of bad points I can put on that tournament.
I don't think there was a bad match in the entire tournament. Maybe a couple short ones, but not a bad match.
No, it was really good. It was really good. But I'll get off, Dave, and I'll let you get more calls in.
All right, buddy. Hey, I appreciate the call. I hope you have yourself a really good night, Will.
Thank you, Dave.
Take it easy, bud. All right, let's go ahead and bring someone else up in here. All right, let's bring in One Shot Soren. You're live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
Hi. I actually called in for once. I've been watching for a while.
I'm happy to hear you. How you doing?
Yeah, I just listened to Catch 33. Really liked it. Really liked it.
I'm glad to hear that.
It was great.
I've been stressing it. I wasn't sure how everyone was going to react to it. I think it was a very good episode. People who were expecting Baited are going to be very disappointed. It's not Baited. And I think that's a good thing. I think it's a great thing. I'm very happy with it. Well, so what'd you think?
I agree with that 100%. It didn't sound anything like Baited to me. It sounded like a whole different like spectrum of that kind of, minus Keem and what, and whatnot.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, and so the thing I really wanted to talk about, Pete Dunne.
Yes, absolute instant star.
I love that guy.
He
was my pick at the beginning of the tournament. I just love the look of him. I just love how he speaks. I don't care that he's kind of an asshole. That's the cool thing about him.
I agree. Yep. I felt Jake the Snake Roberts all over him. Just seeing what he was doing in the ring, just the mannerisms, the facial expressions, everything that he was doing. I was like, this guy is Jake the Snake Roberts. He doesn't look anything like him, but I mean, just the aggression and the type of methodical, psychological way that he goes about it in the ring. I was like, this is unbelievable. He was so good. I also felt some Taz in there too. That might sound a little weird, but I like the way his look. He's kind of stocky like Taz, a shorter guy, but a really broad build. I thought he was great, man. I was very happy with him.
I was too. I loved how the tournament turned out. Way better than I expected.
Oh God, yeah. Essentially at this point, everything that Triple H puts together seemingly on his own is fucking gold. Everything. I mean, Jesus, it's incredible what he's doing. And can we just get Vince out of the picture at this point? And that's no disrespect to Vince McMahon, but let's give it a hunter. Let's see what he does. And I understand there's a lot of hate towards Triple H, and there always will be. I don't give a shit about that. He seems to be doing what's truly best for the industry, not just the WWE. Getting the UK wrestling scene, some of the highest notoriety it's had in a very long time, is just a brilliant move for wrestling, not just the WWE. It was great. So, anything else for me, my friend?
Nope, that was it. Just wanted to call in.
Fantastic. A great call, man. You have yourself a good night.
You too.
I take it easy. Let's bring in another man. Let's bring in Sour, sir. You're live with Ted on Dave. What you got? Unmute your microphone and talk to me. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me. Give me that funk, that sweet, that nasty stuff. Come on. Oh, my God, you're here. Don't waste it.
Man.
Oh, he's here. Thank God. You're live with Ted on Dave. What you got?
Yeah, I'm good. I want to ask you a question. Hello from Greece, by the way. It's 1:30 here.
Oh, yeah. Well, it is 12:30 here in Germany. I feel you.
Nice. I want to ask you, what do you think is next for the title? I mean, nothing is announced yet, but what do you think?
They're kicking around the idea of having a weekly show in the UK. So I think that's obviously one way to go. And I think it would work really well. But I don't know. That's the thing. Are they going to put it on an actual show, or is it going to be something that's just defended locally right now? I'm not exactly 100% sure. And I think the kind of mystery behind it is kind of neat. I think it's kind of a cool thing that we don't always get. But I think that we can all agree that based off what happened just off tonight and not overthinking about the future, the title does mean something. It feels important already. Like, it doesn't feel like a throwaway belt. Now, it could easily and very quickly get to that status, but hopefully not. I'm very happy with it so far.
Yeah, me too, man. It was a great show. We were very lucky to live all this. It was great. But, the next few months, I believe it's going to be very important for the title.
Yeah, I think they need to do something. Hopefully, you know what? Hopefully it'll get a spot at WrestleMania. Hopefully we will see something happen with it at WrestleMania.
Awesome.
That's hopefully.
Nice, man. Nice. Thank you very much for your time.
Hey, where are you from? You sound like you're Swiss.
No, I'm from Greece, actually.
Oh, okay. Well, I was very fucking off, but that's okay. You sound like you had a very Swiss accent. All right. Well, that's fine too. Hey,
You never know.
I appreciate the call, buddy. You have yourself a good night.
And good night, man.
Take it easy. Are you Swiss? No, he was not Swiss at all. I'm going to go ahead and get off of Skype since nobody's using it anyway. I might be done with Skype. I might be just saying, fuck Skype completely. It sucks balls. So let's go ahead and bring in my good buddy, the one and only Guncannon. Hopefully he's here and his microphone is unmuted. What's going on, pal? You're live with Dead on Dave.
Yeah, it's unmuted.
Good. You see, you're a pro. This is what you do.
I try.
You succeed. What do you got for me, buddy?
Well, UK tournament was fantastic. I want to see more of Tommy End. I really want to see more of Tommy End.
You're going to see more of Tommy End.
Oh, God.
Guarantee you that.
I am so ecstatic. Ever since that trio was announced, as soon as I did all the research and stuff on Tommy, I was like, oh, I want to see what he does. He just needs to go and do things like now.
Just do things. Completely understand. It doesn't matter what you do. Just go do things. He's amazing. I agree.
But yeah, overall, tournament was really good. Neville was definitely good too. It's really sad to hear about Snuka, and just, I think at this point, if people take more time looking at all of this stuff that happened outside of the wrestling ring, stop.
Oh, it's important. I'm not going to say stop, because it is important. I mean, look, more than likely, and based off of the things that have happened, right now is not the time to talk about it. I agree with that. But killing somebody, whether on purpose or accident, it's an important thing, and it's going to be part of his legacy. And the fact is, the only reason why he's not going to jail, more than likely, is simply because he could not stand trial. They seem to have enough on him now, which is weird, but there seemed to be enough there where I'm kind of glad that it happened this way, because I think this would have been an unbelievable scandal. This would have been a really bad scandal for wrestling. Like, we don't need that right now. So it probably will be buried. I'm not sure forever, but that right now, I'm just sad to see one of the all-time legends of the industry. I mean, if you didn't live in the 80s, like I actually live in the 80s. By the end of the 80s, I was only 7 years old. But I'll tell you, one of the few things that stood in my mind is seeing that hulking brute of a fucking man, Jimmy Superfly Snuka, just saunter around a ring. It's something you'll never get out of your mind. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah. And I saw a lot of that too in the 80s. I was an 80s kid too. And it is sad. It definitely is. It's just right now, not talking about the murder charges and whatnot. And somebody in the chat was comparing the situation to Chris Benoit. It's nothing.
It's not Chris
like
Benoit.
the Chris Benoit
That's
situation.
ridiculous.
Not even close. So putting them in the same.
That's an injustice. That is completely. Yeah. It's just flat out wrong to say. It's just wrong. But it is what it is. It's like people. You're not going to be able to convince people of any of that stuff, so you just kind of have to deal with it. But it does seem like most of the outpouring of sentiment towards Jimmy Superfly Snuka is positive. I don't know if you saw Tamina Snuka's Twitter post. It's literally one of the most depressing things I've ever seen. It's not only depressing, it's beautiful too. She posted a picture of, I'm assuming at the last moments of her father's life, just her hand holding his hand, and I fucking came unglued. Like, I almost completely full on sobbed. It was so sad, man.
Yeah, I did see that. I was like, oh God. And I have to give a lot of ups to making the right choice for the person to break that news. Tamina probably wouldn't have been the good person to break that news. So they did what, well, some people would kind of look at it and go, I don't think it is, but I think it was a good choice. They let Dwayne Johnson actually break that news.
Yes, they did.
And probably one of the best choices to make in a situation like that.
Well, The Rock could basically tell you that you have fucking testicle cancer, and he would do it in a way where you wouldn't mind as much. It's just like he's so attractive. He's just so good looking. It's hard to find. It's like, what are you going to do? The Rock's telling you that you're dying in 24 hours. Oh, well, at least The Rock's talking to me.
The way you put it like that, it's almost like that Family Guy episode with the barbershop quartet telling the guy that he has
You've got AIDS. You've got the AIDS. Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe you stuck that dirty needle in here. That was great. It's pretty crazy, but can you just imagine just The Rock telling you anything? The Rock says this: you went out and you didn't wrap your Whopper before you served it, you stupid jabroni, and now you've got the herpes. You've got the herpes now and until the end of time, and the one thing you'll never do is spread it amongst the millions. Sorry. Good. Yeah. Yes. I apologize to everybody. Anyway, so what else you got for me, pal?
The circus thing. Now, you and I were kind of talking about that.
Yes.
And somebody mentioned in the donation Cirque du Soleil. The difference between Ringling Brothers and Cirque du Soleil, and it's something that I've been kind of pondering over since I read the article. Cirque du Soleil was able to kind of adjust with the increase in technology and whatnot. They went from, traveling the rails to they do televised shows. They have pay-per-views. They have all of that stuff.
They also get actual venue, like citizenship in places.
Yeah.
I've seen, like I remember when I was in Las Vegas, this was 16 years ago. They were at the Rio, the Rio Hotel and Casino. They were stationed there. They did the circus. They had a act there. So it's pretty crazy. It's just like that. They're the residency. It's called. I mean, like that's a big difference. They're not the same. Yes, I guess they're a circus. They're an acrobatic association, but they're not the same as Ringling Brothers. I don't think people realize how big of an entity Ringling Brothers is. It's just so massive.
The the business practice, I guess, is probably one of the good places to look at it. Cirque du Soleil was able to adjust their business practices as, you know, the years progressed.
Yeah.
Ringling Brothers has kind of stayed right around what they've normally done. And, you know, nothing against it. It worked for them up till now. It's just now it's not where, you know, where society is as far as to what we want for entertainment.
Well, yeah,
Which
and
is sad. It is sad to see something like that go.
It's inevitability, you know? It's inevitability. The fact is, most of the things that you see at a circus, you've seen a million times. There's just not a bunch of new things that are happening. And look, circuses are not going away. There are still circuses traveling, but they're much smaller. People don't realize how big Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus is. It's massive. It fills up fucking stadiums where basketball games are played and football games are played. That's what it fills up. It's humongous. It's humongous.
Yeah,
Not one elephant, a menagerie of elephants, you know, a bevy of elephants. It's really incredible. It really is.
Yeah. We have to remember that this is the circus that every year does a show at Madison Square Garden.
Yes,
every
they
year.
do.
And it's always sold out.
Yep. Same thing in Chicago. Same thing in Chicago. I mean, the NBA franchises, both the Knicks and the Bulls, go on what they know, what is known as the circus road trip, because they go away for almost 2 weeks when the circus comes into town. They have to travel they play 8 or 9 games on the road during that stretch. It's grueling every year for those NBA teams that have to do it. The Knicks and Bulls are 2 of the teams that do every single year. Not anymore though, because it's dead in May. I can't believe that Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey, is done. It doesn't seem
really
right.
weird to think about it. It doesn't. It's really weird. It's always been that staple. I mean, especially for, you know, guys like you and I. We grew up in that time frame where the circus still had a lot more relevancy. I can remember going even to smaller circuses, you know, now. And you know, I mean, granted, they'll still be around. I know that our minor league hockey team usually has a weekend that they call the circus. Actually, it is a week. It's about a week where they have a circus travel games.
Now, I'm wondering that if I just have a feeling that the name Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey is not going to go away. It still has to have value. What about like a television program or something like that they could do? There's got to be something, you know. It's just that name. I don't think people really realize it, especially if you're non-American, how important that name is to American culture. I mean, P.T. Barnum is. I mean, if it wasn't for P.T. Barnum, there would be so much in the entertainment industry we simply would not have. It's just that simple. He was a goddamn visionary. It's sad. I'm a little more, maybe some people are like, wow, he's stupid. He's getting worked up over this. To me, this is tragic. It's another thing that is gone. America used to be known for a hell of a lot of things. We used to be known for making products that lasted forever. The best stuff in the entire world was once made in the United States, and it was with pride stamped, made in the USA. We had a few things that were like that. That was just something very American, inherently American. One of those was the circus. And it's just dying. And it's sad. It's sad. It's fucking sad. I'm sad. What are you gonna do? What else you got for me, Mr. Cannon of Guns? Anything else?
No, that's about it. That was essentially what it was gonna come on and talk about.
Good shit. I got a hashtag tickle lickle up in the Discord chat. My wife hates it. I think it's the most brilliant thing I've ever said.
Oh, wait. Yeah. I have not seen I haven't seen Catch 33 yet. I'm actually going to listen to it afterward. I'm going to listen to it afterwards. I was actually going to wait for it to come out on YouTube. That way it's graphically enhanced.
Maybe you should wait 2 days if you're not in all that big of a hurry. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be a different experience altogether. The podcast is incredible. It really is. I'm very happy with it. Clown did an amazing job editing it. But I just saw the trailer, the opening intro, I should say, for what you're going to see on YouTube. It's fucking insane. It's really special, man. I mean, like, And I was really worried how the podcast, because when we filmed it, we felt good about it, but we were a little disconcerted at the fact that the laughs that we thought might have been there weren't, because it was a much more serious topic. We were a little bit concerned at that. And then when I listened to it today, all of those reservations went away because it's just so well done. You could hear everything. You could hear everybody. I mean, all of our microphones are in great quality and nobody's stepping on each other the way that it happened in Beta all the time. You really can get a clear picture of everything that's happening. A story is told. It's fantastic. And when you add that to the visuals that Vega is putting in, it's just going to be something unbelievably special. So,
and I think that's what, because I know on Tommy's show today when Clown came on, he said it didn't feel, or Tommy and Clown kind of said it kind of felt like there was something missing. I think that's what it is you guys have it so geared to be not just, audio, but also visual.
Yeah.
That's where that small missing piece is going to be.
I think it's going to be the thing that kind of pulls it together. Shit.
Yeah.
I agree.
But I think once that comes out on YouTube, there'll be a massive just changing people's thought patterns and going, it was good too. Oh my God, it's really good.
Here's the thing. I mean, like, the response that I'm seeing already is overwhelmingly positive. I mean, even maybe a little bit too positive. It's really, really positive. Now, granted, I haven't gone and searched out other Catch 33 podcast threads, only my own and a couple other places that I've looked, but it's been unbelievably positive, and I'm very grateful for that. People seem to enjoy me more than I thought they were going to. I was a little worried. I'm a confident guy, but it's a different world. It's a different type of thing, and it's just a lot of fun to be a part of. So I appreciate it.
And if there's anything also out of the irony, I guess Leap and Lizard put earlier in the chat, Keem's live streaming and he's banning everyone that says Catch 33 in his chat. So
yeah, he's up in our. Oh boy, he can't stop. He's never gonna stop. He'll never be able to.
No, he's not.
It's all right.
Never.
It is what it is, man. Hopefully this will be the last that we talk about Baited. Really, there's really no reason. We put it to bed. If you want if you just want to listen to it based for just hearing resolution on the subject, this is the episode for you. So there you go.
Yeah.
Gun, I see C-Man waiting. I'm going to bring him in and then I'm going to get up out of here. Gun, I appreciate the call so much and thank you for the graphics as always that you do. You did a fantastic job with last night's show, the very first ever Dead on Dave live trivia night, which will be each and every single Saturday. I'm so happy to tell you. So excited to let everybody know that because people seem to enjoy it. I had an absolute blast, even though Huffman tried to fuck it up. But still, next week, Aeon's going to take a shot at the whole organization of it. She just wanted to take a shot at it, so I want to give her a chance at it as well. And then I'll probably fire everybody and I'll just do it myself because I'm great and everybody else sucks. So, is what it is. Gun, you have yourself a good night, buddy.
You too.
Take it easy. Let's bring in another one. You got another one, player. The one and only C-Man. You're live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
Oh, can you hear me?
I can. You sound fantastic.
Holy shit. Fucking Discord actually doing what it's supposed to. What
Discord,
the hell?
I don't have a problem with Discord. I fucking love it.
Literally every time I have used it, something goes wrong. Either I can't hear the other person or they can't hear me.
No, you sound great. You sound fantastic. Let's get to the fucking. What do you got for me?
Well, a lot of I got some different fucking, depends on where we go with it. I just wanted to clarify, Guncannon before said about the dude in the chat with the Benoit thing. That was actually me, but what I meant to say was, while it was a very shitty comparison, and I realize that now, is like, I don't know these guys personally. I know them as wrestlers, so I try to remember them as wrestlers, despite the shitty stuff that has happened.
Yeah.
So that's what I was trying to get across. I hope. Well, I don't hope because I know it came off as, but yeah.
Well, sometimes you come off as a Neanderthal. It's okay. No big deal. I think you clarified well. I forgive you. On behalf of wrestling fans everywhere, I absolve you, my son. Give me 3 Hail Marys and take a shot of whiskey, and you're forgiven.
I'm not Catholic and I don't own beer.
Well, that
For anything,
whiskey's
so.
not beer, so that's good for you.
I stumbled. I apologize, Mom.
Now, you know, all right.
I don't have alcohol. Is
What
I
you
meant to
can
say.
do is, instead of all of that, then you could take the copious pledge. You could pledge your allegiance to the god of copiousness if you like. People did it last night, and I've subjugated them all. You can be subjugated too if you want.
What was the I missed it last night. I was visiting family, so I didn't get to check it out. But what was the trivia thing?
It was trivia. I mean,
what were the questions based off of? Like,
we did so many different categories. We're going to refine it next week and have a much smaller pool of categories to choose from. I found a much better site to use, so very happy about that. But we did everything from physics to sports. I mean, it was just everything that was in there, and it was really good. I thought it was a lot of fun. Huffman didn't fuck it up. He tried to, but he didn't.
What was he doing to try and fuck it up?
He was just being Huffman, you know.
Valid point.
No, he was fine.
Dude, I cracked up earlier, man, and Tommy's stream. Clown came in and just started shitting on Jeff, man. I mean, Jeff's great, dude, but it's always a good, like, I feel like every friend group always has that one guy that's just the punching bag. And Jeff he does a pretty good job of taking it and being a good sport.
Oh,
so
Jeff's one of the most amazing people I've ever met in my life, and I mean that 100%. I love that guy like a brother. Just one of the most loyal and true fucking people I've ever met, and we are awful to him. We're awful.
I have a couple friends I'm like that, where I'm just a complete fucking asshole to them, but as long as they know I'm kidding, then I keep gets to the point where they want me to
fucking Mr.
stop.
Innocent either, by the way. It's not like he's super
I
innocent.
don't believe it.
He treats us like shit all the time. He makes fun of us. Lord knows he steals my jokes all the time. He steals my bits. And you know, it's okay. I forgive him for it. I'm awesome. I get that. I mean, look at me, for Christ's sake. I got this amazing Adventure Time thing happening right now. Who wouldn't want to be me? I get it. But God, I would love to. It is, but my daughter likes it, and I saw this sitting on the counter. I was like, you know what? Let's do something different tonight. Let's go ahead and go with this.
So, you want to rap a little bit, buddy?
I don't want to. You go first. Go ahead and rap. I don't want to rap. Ugh.
Yeah, you do. You know.
Go ahead. Hit me with some sweet fucking lyricism. Then go.
All right. Yo, check it. Yo, Dead on David, that's what your name is. Number one place to be for all your entertainment needs. WWE Live Q's Catch 33. I'm the man of C, and you're the man of D. Copious, and yes, he is. Stupid twat, but no, he's not.
You wrote that this week, didn't you?
I did.
You wrote that. That was well done.
That was the I wrote that for the Roulette of Doom too, but you ended up calling the stream early because you got too fucking drunk.
I was so fucking hammered. Oh my God. I still did an hour, man. That was great. That was fantastic. I don't know how I can follow that. Seaman, that about says it. He thinks he can step to me, but I'm gonna wreck it. He doesn't really know who he's dealing with. So it's okay, because I'm going to stick my dick up in his tits. He thinks that he could step to me and thinks that he could play, but I'm dead on Dave, and I know I ain't gay. He's going to step it up. He's going to step it hard. If he doesn't like it, I'm going to make him suck my lard. He doesn't want none of me. He doesn't think he's got it. And all I got to say is that was all about it. All right. That was the best as I got.
Yeah, whoa. Well, you kind of contradicted yourself. You're like, I'm going to shove my dick up in his... I'm not gay, so.
Yeah, well, hey, look, I think you can do gay things sometimes without being gay.
Just say no homo. Just say no homo.
At least that's what I've told myself on very cold and dark nights. All right? Don't judge me. I don't need anyone judging me.
Won't judge you, man.
All right,
in fact,
buddy.
I'll pledge to be copious or whatever the fucking cult thing you're doing.
It's not a cult. Oh, I don't even think
it sounds like a cult.
Cult of personality. I don't even have it up right now, unfortunately. I don't think if someone has it saved, that'd be great because it's somewhere buried in my chat. But oh well. Look, C-Man, I appreciate the call. I'm going to get to one more guy, then I'm going to get up out of here.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Have a good night. Great rapping with you, literally.
Dude, man. Have a good one.
Take it easy. He wrote. That's amazing. All right. Final caller of the night, Soul Trex. You're live with that on. He's still beeping, dude. Soul Trex.
Hello.
What's up, buddy?
Oh, hi. I was like totally screaming like the Discord earlier because it was just lagging or something.
Well, you're good now. What do you got for me?
So, all right. I just want to know. Okay, so the beef between you guys and Baited, that's over and done. We can put it to rest and everything.
The beef, probably not.
Yeah.
I'm sure that it will continue to go on. I mean, look, we don't really have anything else to say on it. It's done and over with. But I wouldn't be surprised if some stuff is said on their end. If it's not, that's great. But no, the beef will never fucking be over because people are never going to accept some of the things that happened. And as long as people are being dishonest, then it'll continue on. But you know what? That's not necessarily a bad thing. What I can tell you is we're not going to be talking about it. You know, unless we absolutely have to, unless there's something that is actually newsworthy, we don't need to keep regurgitating the exact same thing that already happened. We certainly don't need to keep recounting it. Now that we got this podcast out and we kind of put it to bed, we can go on and start talking about all the big things. Remember, there's not a lot of big things happening right now either, especially on Friday. There simply wasn't a lot of huge things. So this was the most relevant and pertinent thing that we could talk about. So we did, and we put it to bed.
Okay, good. Because like watching Beta just throughout the whole thing, it would kind of drift off to a different conversation and then just go right back to the whole Keen versus Grade versus Leafy thing.
You talking about Catch 33, you mean?
No, I was talking about. I'm glad that
I don't know what I don't
Catch
know what
33 is not going to be anything like Baited. I'm actually glad that you guys are talking about new things like wrestling.
Well, we're not going to be talking about wrestling. I don't know why people think we're going to be talking about wrestling on Catch 33. We're not going to talk about wrestling. We're not going to talk about hockey. It will be a YouTube focused show, but it's going to be done from our perspectives. And sometimes I will use, and I think I do it in this episode, as a matter of fact, where I bring something from my experience as just someone who looks at things from a wrestling mindset and kind of bring it into the conversation. So you'll see it in those, but we're never going to be like talking about the wrestling news. That's why we have our own separate channels to talk about our own interests. But every week we're going to come together and we're going to talk about the biggest things happening in YouTube. And we're going to do it in a way that nobody else is capable of doing. Because we don't have to scream at each other to give you an unbelievably entertaining experience. That's what Catch 33 is going to be. So I hope you enjoy it.
Oh, I do. I've watched the first episode.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I tweeted you about that already, and I thought that one was awesome. I kind of just noticed that last year, like everyone just kind of like grouped, like everyone became like, well, I'm a Leafy fan, so I can't be an Onision, I can't watch Onision, you know, or I'm a FaZe fan, and, you know, I can't watch Keemstar. It just kind of like went through that whole thing, and I just don't understand why we can't come together.
Well, it's the same thing in sports. You know, you got people stabbing each other over their sports teams. It's the exact same concept. It's fanaticism. Fan is short for fanaticism. It's where the word comes from. And it's a reality of it. It's just, if you get into this ride or die situation, if you find an entity, a person, a team, a sport, whatever the case may be, and you fall in love with that and you're passionate and it talks to you and speaks to you and makes you feel things that nothing else does, well, then you're going to ride with that and fuck everything else. That's just how it happens. Not everybody, of course, but a lot of people. It's just fanaticism. That's all it is.
Okay, but then like usually, okay, people who are like, you know, into with that team, okay, usually they know everything, like the full details and everything.
Yeah.
So how can you like support someone so much and only know just like the stuff that they post online?
You know, it's the best thing, the best answer I could possibly give you to that. It's the equivalent of somebody sticking their fingers in their ear and going la 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 la, because that's what it is. You know, it's
okay. So it's basically they don't have a teachable spirit or something.
Well, yeah,
like
you get tone deaf. You hear what you want to hear, and you live in your world. And sometimes when you have a worldview about a certain topic or person, you don't want to hear anything else. Just based off what you know from that little bit of interaction is all you need to know. So it shouldn't be that way, but it is for a lot of people. I don't hate them for it. That's okay.
All right, so personal question. So then you are just the type of guy that, like, if you have an opinion different from yourself, you'll just let it roll off your shoulder. You'll understand that it's their opinion and they're completely entitled to it, and they don't deserve no hate or criticism.
That's look, I will argue with somebody if I feel that it's important. Like if somebody says something that I think is factually wrong, I may try to talk to them a little bit, but I'm not ever going to give somebody hate for simply going, you suck, you're not baited. Okay, that doesn't look, I'm 33 years old. I was in the United States Army for 9 years. I caught a hell of a lot of shit for a very, very long time. This minor shit that happens on YouTube where people are fucking throwing hate over the stupidest fucking things, it just doesn't affect me. I'm in constant pain. My entire life I have a spinal cord stimulator in my fucking body that regulates pain all of the time. I'm in constant pain. I don't sleep well. I don't eat well. I don't do anything well. Everything is pain. I'm on a cane for the rest of my life. I can't.
Is that from like?
That's from the Army, unfortunately. I can't allow myself to be so petty because it would be so easy to fall into that trap and just be like that for everything. Just be like that for everything. So I'm not going to allow that to happen. I'm just simply not. I'm not going to fall into that trap, and I'm just going to be who I think is the best version of myself, and that's accepting of other people's it's just an opinion. It's just an opinion at the end of the day. It's just an opinion. Words do not hurt me. You want to come to my house and stab me, that'll hurt. I'll bleed. Be bad. But words ain't gonna bother me that much. I might try to correct some of the things that happen in the chat, or I might try to get into a dialogue or a conversation, either out of entertainment or just sometimes just fucking around. But no, people are entitled to their opinion, man.
Well, to me, like words are like giving someone a gift. Okay, you can choose to accept the gift or not.
Yeah, absolutely. You can interpret it however you want, and it is what it is.
Okay, and one last question. I've been scrolling through your Twitter and I didn't see any. What are your New Year's resolutions for this year?
I only have one major one, and that's just to continue to improve. And that might sound very ambiguous or very, bland, but I mean that in every aspect of the phrase. Since June, I've lost 70 pounds. I want to continue to lose weight. I want to just keep that going.
Very nice.
Thank you. I want to keep that going. My YouTube channel is going through an unbelievable surge right now. I want to keep that going. I want to keep creating new, interesting fucking content. I just want to be better than I was the day before. If I can do that for 365 days, I think I've done an amazing fucking year. So that's my plan.
100,000 subscribers for Dave, you guys.
That's ambitious. Ooh, that's ambitious, but I like it. Oh, it makes me excited. I love it.
100K.
100K.
Well,
one.
I was paying attention to the YouTuber I'm Alex, and he was like at, I don't know, like 15K, and then all of a sudden in like 4 days he was like at 30K. So you never know, Dave.
Never know. I appreciate the support so much. Thank you.
Oh, no problem. One last question before I go.
Now you got one more last. All right, this one's really the last one though. What do you got?
This is really the last one though. Okay. How's your stomach feeling after that pepper yesterday?
That's funny. How's my stomach feeling? I had a rough day today, but I don't know if it was from the pepper. I hurt, my mouth hurt for about 4 hours afterwards. It was the hottest pepper I've ever eaten. And I've got something coming that is essentially 3 times hotter than what I ate last night. And y'all motherfuckers are going to pay up for that. That's all I got to say. We're going to figure out exactly how we're going to do it. It's going to be insane. I am terrified. 6.5 million Scoville units. It's unbelievably hot, and I am terrified of it. So we'll see.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
You have yourself a good night. I'll try not to. You have yourself a good night. I appreciate the call. Fantastic call. Thank you.
Too.
Wonderful thing to end the night on. Take it easy. Good stuff. I think we've hit it all. I think we hit it all. I know you want my D's nuts. All right. I think I've had a good time. You've had a good time. We've all had a good time. Here, there's a cat. Let's look at the cat. Yeah. I'm going to show a little bit of your fat. Look at the kitty. There's my wife. The beautiful, copious wife making an appearance. Look at the kitty. This cat is not our cat. This cat does not belong to us. This cat just comes in and just owns stuff. He's a very aggressive pussy. Very aggressive. You know what? Where the cat is? Guess what you have right now?
A hairy
A hairy pussy. That's right. My wife's got a hairy pussy. Hairy pussy. It's like the 70s down there. Thank you guys very much for joining me right here on Dead on Day Productions. I hope you guys had a very fun time. I had a very fun time tonight. First, last said, where'd you buy the Carolina Reaper? I bought these off of Amazon.de or .uk, one of the two. And yeah. It's from Amazon. We got 3 left, so we'll do some more. We'll do some more when I get more money. It's just how it is. You guys know the deal. I guess I'll keep it at $50. It hurts so bad. $50 on any given show, we'll do it. The chocolate, we're not keeping it. The chocolate's going to be insane. Yeah, we may never eat the chocolate because the price is going to be so high. It's going to be so high. So just expect that shit. But yeah, we always are playing under hot pepper rules for at least however many we have. Get to $50. Boom, boom. All right. We need some gizmo? We need some gizmo love. Hope you guys had a fun time right here on Dead on Day Productions. And thank you so much for being here, Seaman and Charles Lima, Pip Scotland, Leapin' Lizard, all kinds of good people. And I think that we've done everything that we're going to do tonight. So here's some gizmo penis. And we'll see you next time right here on Dead on Day Productions. Check out everybody that's in the community on the feature channels list at Grand Slam Entertainment. The Andre Corbeil of the Andre Corbeil Show. Go check him out. Vince Russo's channel, of course. Tommy C's SFTP, ColossalisCrazy. And Real Talk, the Metaphor Messiah. As you can see, there's his album, Black Mozart. It's over a year old now, and it's doing amazingly well. His song, Morning Light, is on that album, and it is the official theme song of Dead on Day Productions. Make sure you're checking all of that out. Thank you guys very much for joining us. Keep it copious, and remember, as always, if you don't have talent, have talented friends. We'll see you next time. And peace.